Hello, guys. I am Professor Mario, and I will be talking to you about the chapter number two, guilt and forgiveness. So we are facing a pandemic, and I think guilt is a normal condition nowadays, right? You feel guilty for those who are unemployed, for those who lost someone beloved, maybe a mommy, one of the of her or his parents. So we kind of feel guilt nowadays, right? Why am I talking about guilt in a religious culture class? Well, guilt can be seen as has a power control. Religion can use guilt to control people, but also religion, on the other hand, religion delivers, can deliver people free from guilt. When we are forgiven by a priest, you feel forgiven. You feel an improvement in your life, a relief in your life. So, chapter number two, you must read, right? This video does not substitute the reading and studying of chapter two, the text. You have to go there, you have to read the PDF and study the content, right? So, please study. Why do you have to study? Because there are four evaluations, two virtual papers and other two objective tests, right? So tests. So you have to study. Oh yes, you can go and control F. You can find something, in the chapters, but don't forget that you have a face-to-face test. No, when you have only 4 hours to solve 10 questions, so you don't have time to control F to find the subject there and the material to in order to solve the question, to answer the question. You don't have enough time. You have to study. Please, it's a really huge mistake. Those students that who do not study. So you have to study. You can do Control F in the tests in the that is in the ambient aula, but when you have the last test, receive a link in the auto atendimento message. So be aware, be attention, and then you have only 4 hours to solve the question and send the right choices, your choices, right? So study, you have to study. Okay, let's talk about guilt. Guilt has a positive side and a negative side. Why is that? Is that right? Yes, that is right. What does make you feel guilty? What? Maybe your corporal shape, your body shape, or I don't know how much you ate yesterday. That makes you unhappy and feel guilty. So come on, let's face the facts, right? There is nothing wrong about over eating sometimes, right? So why does we feel guilty? That's like, and how to solve that? You have we have this negative side of guilt. When there is nothing wrong. So we have to solve this question. So you may ask if it's possible for us. Someone to be treated, to have psychological assistance, so we can solve guilt by going to doctors and psychologists, or I mean, but you have also a positive side of guilt. When is guilt a positive thing? You know, guilt is a positive thing when guilt prevents you from doing wrong, prevents you from illicit or harmful acts. You know, you just stop. You feel guilty. You have done wrong in the past, and now you feel guilty. So guilt can make you stop a future harmful act, right? So positive side of guilt is this preventing harmful acts, but also the reflection. It causes acts of reflection. You think about what you have done. So guilt is good because it makes you think about what you have done. And also guilt is positive when it pressures you to when it pushes you to do the right thing, to repair a mistake that you committed in the past. So we have three positive things in guilt: prevention, reflection, repair, right? So in the end, guilt is good to change a bad, a harmful behavior. So if you are addicted to crack or cocaine, guilt is good because it makes you stop. So it prevents you from future occasions of consuming drug. It makes you reflect about what I'm doing here. Smoking this thing, is smelling this thing, and also makes you repair. I have to do right with my mother and father. I have to stop doing that to them. So guilt is good in this sense. When guilt is bad, what can you do? Like I said before, you can go to a psychologist. You can go to a doctor that treats, you know, this negative guilt. Basically, guilt is negative when there is no reason for you to feel guilty. You know, maybe, oh yes, I feel guilty because I have eaten two pieces of pizza. So come on, that's not wrong. You can eat sometimes like that. No harm to your body, to your heart. Oh, yesterday. So there is some. Also, we feel guilt about not having white teeth. Oh, everyone has white. Everyone undergoes a whitening. So I have to go to. No, no, no. You have to stop. Maybe this is a negative guilt. Why do we feel guilt? Right? We feel guilt because we have a culture, so we have this external guilt that it's imposed to you from external pressures, so family, culture, your country, your tribe, your group. You feel guilt. You learn to feel guilt considering certain aspects of life. So if I am a Japanese, I am a Japanese. We have this pressure. I have to take, we have to score maximum evaluation. We have to score 10. When we score 9, oh no, I will kill myself. This is a external guilty, and it's a cultural guilt, right? And there is internal guilt when you feel inside yourself, when there is your own ideas working in your mind and your heart, and you feel guilt. It comes from from inside. This is a subjective guilt. There is an objective guilt, and there is a subjective guilt. All right. So the subjective guilt is related to your human feelings, your heart, and your your mind, and there is objective guilt, that when you break the law, for instance, right? So that's it about guilt, and now we have to talk about forgiveness. This is religion, right? Religions serves to say to people that they are forgiven. If you are a Christian, you are forgiven by Jesus Christ dying on the cross for you in order to pay your debt. So if you're Buddhist, there is not a forgiveness like that, but you can undergo the eight ways, the eighth level or eight ways, os oito caminhos, in order to reach nirvana and to be free from your guilt, from your mistakes. Religion treats guilt either by forgiveness, like in the Christianity, or either by, do it yourself. Go reach the nirvana, meditate and reach the nirvana, uh, pay your karma, do it yourself. You have to overcome your debts and your sin or your mistakes. So, like the Kardecist spiritism, you have to pay your karma. You have done wrong in your last life, in your previous life. Now you have to pay your karma. You have to do it yourself. There is it's not like a forgiveness in Christianity when you are, Jesus paid for you, right? But also religion can dominate people by making them feel guilty and by preventing them from forgiveness. Like in the Christian church, maybe you have this kind of, oh, you have to pay for forgiveness. Oh, I don't have money, so God is very angry with you, right? So you're using guilty, using this system to control people or to make them give your money, right? So when the religion does a good job, when it announces forgiveness, when it teach people to do better, to love their neighbors, to love their families, to stop idolatering politicians, for instance. People fights in the house, fights in the family, break relation, they break a relation with friends because of politicians. So religions have to teach and preach that don't do that. You know, love your neighbor, love your family. Don't idolatrate. Don't worship a politician or a soccer player or a singer. I don't know who else, right? So that's it about guilt and religion. I want to make you a question. So, right? Forgiveness has a liberating act. Have you ever experienced that? Being forgiven by someone, or if you are a religious person, being forgiven by your God? How was this experience of forgiveness as a liberating act? Did you feel free? Did you feel, all right, I'm free from my sins or from my mistakes? Or maybe you are not a religious person. Did some experience of forgiveness make you feel free? Like maybe my mother, she forgave me. Now I feel free. So share your story, share your life in our sala de interação content one. I want to see you guys answering that. We have to interact there. I am assuming that you guys are not studying the material, you are not watching our videos. So I am really worried about you guys. I want you to study, to watch the videos, to read the material, and to interact in our sala de interação contents one. I am waiting for you. Let's talk, okay? So see you guys. Bye bye, and God bless you.